Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Good to see you guys. Got Hasbro over here. We're going to talk about the Grendel tonight, which you can see in the title, 6.5. We may talk about other things, but especially knowing me, I can always switch the subject. But got Hasbro. I appreciate you being here, Hasbro. Good to see you guys in the side chat. Garage guys with us. Coat 1927. Good to see you. Actually, I'm not even using earbuds tonight. I'm using my actual speaker. Apparently, there's no echo, so I'm fine with it. I actually did in a stream the other day. Somebody I was on a panel. But got Hasbro here with his Grendel, and we're going to talk about it, and we'll blow you up, and I'll be on the side in a small box. I'll turn it over to you, Hasbro. Let me see.
All right.
Hang on. Wrong one. Hang on.
I'm the small box.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this. I'll move you over here, and then I'll do. There we go.
All right. Evening, everybody. Good to be with you, AR. It's always fun to do these live streams with you and with everybody else in our side chat. AR and I are talking about a couple of different things, and I thought we'd talk about Grendel because I've done an awful lot with Grendel, and he's getting ready to build his first one. And he got a really nice barrel from Eagle Run 2-3. That was just awesome. And he's got good components. Yeah. You had Aero Precision upper and lower for this thing?
Yeah, I have a enhanced upper and enhanced lower for awesome. Aero Precision.
Yeah, that is not what's on this one, but that's what's on most of my builds. Because I really like the threaded bolt catch and all this stuff. It just makes life easy. When you go to put these things together, the Aero's done there. Some other people have done similar, but anyway, so that's the kind of thing. So when I start off, in fact, see, I'll show you something I got to replace here in a minute. I built this gun up from a raw receiver, so the lower and upper weren't coated or painted or anything. And these are from BK Firearms in Ohio. It's B Kings, actually, I should say, Firearms. And they've been perfectly good for me. They weren't terribly expensive, a little less than Aero, but not too much. But at the time they were available, and that was the issue. But there's a lot of things when you do Grendel that you got it when you get it fine tuned. It's such a beautiful machine, and it'll run about anything. But I went through some learning curves doing mine, and I'll tell you a little bit about those as we go along tonight. Anyway, so I mentioned that's the upper and lower here, but you can see it's in this desert snakeskin camouflage coating, and I got some videos if somebody wants to see how to do that. But I did all this myself to sort of make it match. There's been sort of an evolution through this gun related to the gas block. AR and I were talking about. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But there's nothing. The real money I put into this is really into two components. Three. The barrel. It's a Wilson Combat 22-inch Super Sniper. It's been an incredible barrel. But that said, I've seen groups as good. Certainly, maybe even slightly better out of some of the higher-end Faxon barrels like you have, AR. So Faxon's a very good choice in Grendel, as well as Wilson Combat. Now, some people shoot Wilson barrels. I don't have experience. They're not the same company. If I had had my rather, I would have bought a White Oak Armament barrel because I have that in my 223, and it is amazing. But they chose not to make them because they came out with their own 6mm WOA, their own cartridge, and they did not want to support the bolt face of the 6.5 Grendel. And that's one thing. Talk about expensive components. The first is the barrel. The second is the bolt carrier group. This is a Fail Zero bolt carrier group, and there's two types of bolts in Grendels. Now, you can hardly find the other one unless you buy a gun. If you buy a gun, be very careful of this. There's a Type 1 Grendel bolt and Type 2. Type 1 had too little steel around the outside of that case, and you could shear your bolt face off, and that would be kind of a bad day. So the Type 2 reinforced that, and it's basically a copy or very close to the AK-47 bolt that's used when you build
Mm-hmm.
this in a 7.62 by 39. So the Fail Zero's been in here and it's been perfect, but it's not the first one that was in this gun.
Hmm.
The first one that was in this gun was a Faxon bolt carrier group. And I think they're perfectly good, but the one I got it from Primary Arms, and the one I got wasn't staked. The gas block wasn't staked.
Wow.
Gas pins weren't staked on top. And I tried contacting them. I really never got customer service back, so I sent it back to Primary Arms, and they said, "Yeah, you're right. We'll send you another one." So they sent me the Fail Zero.
Hmm.
That was nice of them because that was like $20 more. So that was cool.
Right.
Go ahead.
Tell us how you painted that.
Okay.
I'm interested in it because it looks pretty. From here, it looks cool. I like it.
Okay. Let me tell you. I'll go to that real quick. Let me tell
When you want
the
to,
other,
yeah.
the other expensive part in this,
Oh,
relatively.
okay.
Actually, it's
Sorry.
cheap, but it's expensive in a way. Is the LaRue MBT trigger here? This thing is just. I have 8 of them now. That's pretty bad.
Wow.
And I'll probably be getting 9. But that really helps you when you're trying to shoot tight groups because it's 2.5 initial pull. You hit a really clean wall and then 2 pounds to break. So it's really nice to take with you anywhere, but for shooting targets, it's better. So that's it. So when we talk about camouflage, I did all the parts. Now you got to kind of be careful when you do this because you have plastic parts on your buttstock, plastic parts on your grip, but everything else is metal. And when you go to cure this paint, you have to be very, very careful with the plastic parts. So this is a Lumahide from Brownells. Okay. I couldn't have done it in Duracoat, but Duracoat's got a kind of a problem is that once you mix, you have to mix their entire thing. And once you mix it, you got to use it up. It's going to go bad. But it's a good durable finish, and I have some guns done with that. But this is probably easier to use, and it's pretty durable. I've had a few things like I don't know, you probably can't see them right here and right here. I've had a couple things chip on this new handguard, but it has to do with the way I prep the metal, not the paint, not the coating yet. So we'll talk about that. But so what you did first was I put down a coyote color background, used a lot in desert type schemes. And then I put down a flat dark earth, okay, in patterns over that. And then over the top of the pattern, well, actually, I'm sorry, let me go backwards here first. Yeah, no, that's right. Over the top of the pattern. And then I came back with a light desert tan with a gutter mesh, the plastic mesh you buy at Lowe's or whatever in a roll. And I used that to make the snake skin pattern. Okay.
Wow.
So you just sort of lay it over it and you dust it. And then you go back. So let me get the sequence right. Coyote is the first color. The light desert brown here is desert tan is the pattern, and then you come back over and just kind of spray it a little bit with the flat dark earth. So when you do that, you'll just kind of build up these different layers and patterns, and you get your camouflage to blend out pretty well. It cures. I cured it in an oven. Now I have an old oven that I got from some friends. Their house was destroyed in a tornado, and this oven was the only thing left. So I wired it up in my shop, and I used it for powder coating. So I just hung the metal parts in the oven, I think at 190 degrees for about 2 hours, and cured this paint. So this is really durable because of that. But the plastic parts you can't do that with. So you have to let them air cure, and air curing, they'll get past tacky in 24 hours, but it's really more about a week before you really should handle them. Then they're fully durable. So it slows the process down a little bit, but that's fine. So that's how I did it. You just 3 colors, you build them up in layers, put your pattern down, and then you do this. There's all kinds of different ways. You can take leaves, go out in the yard and grab leaves, lay them over this thing and spray the outline of the leaves, or sticks or whatever, all kinds of ways of doing it. I was trying to get a snake skin pattern, and it's kind of that way, but it's probably a snake about 50 feet long by the size of these. But anyway, I think it came out pretty good, and I've got a lot of time on this gun. It's shot a lot.
Nice. Sorry, I didn't mean to trip you up there on the paint versus the 3 parts you were talking
that's
about.
fine.
I'm a little rusty too. I don't stream every week, lately, past year anyway.
No, I was just trying to make the point. I don't know if I did AR, but in the barrel, bolt carrier group, and the trigger, that's everything that makes the gun accurate. The rest of this, for the most part, it's a little bit of noise or convenience, right?
I agree. Yeah. Barrel on that bolt carrier group and then that trigger. The rest is not that bad, especially on sales on uppers and lowers. I've seen uppers for $39 occasionally on sale. I think as low as $29 one time, but it's been a little while. But you look around, you can get them, depending on what brand you want. Typically, occasionally, Arrow, you don't get quite as cheap. Typically, they tend to be, to me, a little more high dollar. But
to me, that's about as expensive as I'd ever go as Arrow.
Me too.
They're good value for the money.
Hey, let me call out a few people here. Hasbro, scroll up here. We got, don't want to sit here and just totally ignore them here. Got Colt 1927 with us. Good to see you, Colt. Garage Guy 879 joined us. Hasbro right here. Appreciate you being here, Hasbro. Dale Pogue joined us. Good to see you, Dale. Yorktown. Hippa. Good to see you, Hippa. He always he's in here with me most of the time over the past few years streaming. Who else? Of course, Nightbot. Good to see you, Hobo. Viejo. Can't forget Viejo. Does Moldy Monday. I hadn't watched the video lately, but I'll definitely try to jump in there, Walter, and check that out. Ron Wayne joined us. Good to see you, Ron. I almost forgot how to highlight. Let's see. Yeah, appreciate you dropping in, Ron. Who else here? Eagle Run. I sent you a link, Eagle, I think. I'm pretty sure I did if you want to jump on. MSB 9021. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys coming here, and good to see you too, Eagle. Eagle's the one that sent me the fax and 6.5 Grendel barrel. Man, I really appreciate that. He's a great guy. Guys like him and Hasbro and all these, what makes this community good. People like that. I didn't ask for it. I actually told him I didn't have the money for it. He sent it anyway, but I appreciate that. The stream fails to load on Twitter. Tried 3 times to get it going. That's probably a Twitter issue then, I would think, maybe. Hobo. Just probably look at, I probably shouldn't even stream to Twitch, to be honest with you. I think Twitter's went to, I can't say to H, I think it's went to X. To X with it, you know what I mean? Rich B joined us. Good to see you, Rich. Thank you for dropping in here, man. I think he's new, or she. Probably a guy, because Rich. Okay. Garage Guy. That's it. Got a few in here. We're just kind of going to go over the Grendel. We're going to go over some tools that I'm doing this without earbuds, so it's kind of awkward for me because I'm not used to. I've always got those freaking earbuds in, and sometimes I think I'm talking loud and I'll talk too soft. Garage Guy's dropping a link. Yeah, feel free to drop a link. Just don't spam me, everybody. But you're free to do it occasionally. Just drop it. MSB says, let me highlight him. He's got something going here. Hasbro. I'm working on my 20-inch fax and yeah. Wow. I got an 18-inch. I like to have a 22. I like to have that barrel Hasbro's got, that Wilson Combat stainless. I may end up doing that combat in time, and I'll probably use it sometimes on the range to shoot it. You said, Hasbro, how heavy is that barrel? Is it? It can't be like a SOCOM or a government profile, right? It's got to be heavier than that.
It's fluted, so it's going to be roughly between an 18 and 20-inch barrel weight because it's fluted the full length except around the gas block. Mm-hmm. So it's not too bad. I don't have an exact weight on it. In fact, I don't think I've ever weighed the gun.
Is it front heavy or is it kind of balanced okay?
No, it balances just fine. Yeah, I think they need a little bit longer barrel for just pure balance, but depends. Like you're going hunting with it, it's fine. This is fine, but if it's a really long day, maybe you want something lighter.
Okay, appreciate that, Viejo. He's got a video, guys. Go check it out. It's got that for a penny tech holder for the new hardness tester is up. I'll check that out, Viejo. Sure will. You all got interested in a hardness test? Check out Viejo's video he dropped. Let's see. You got it? Really? Let me know if you want to come on. I know it was, I swear I sent you. I thought I sent you one. I may have just sent you the text and asked, did you want to come on? My daughter's birthday, we head out for, okay. You head for ice cream?
Hey, can I forward him the one you sent? Well, that'll work, won't it?
Yeah, if he wants it. Yeah. Yeah, if you got a minute, Eagle, and you want to come up and say hello, man, and chat a minute and run, you're welcome to. Yeah. No problem with that.
There you go.
Well, I swear I thought I sent it, but apparently I just texted you, so I apologize for that. I mean, I'll actually.
Should have it now, you.
Okay. I was running kind of late here, and I come home. I was out checking out my motor. They're stripping parts off of it today, and I told them I went back twice. I said, "There's 3 things on that motor I don't want scratched up and banged up, and that's the runner tubes and the plenum." I said, "That's the first thing people will see when they open the hood at a car show." And man, they got a chunk of metal out of it. You can see the doggone ratchet where the extension doggone on the tubes is dinged in. And I mean, I'm going to talk to the owner Monday or Tuesday about it. And it kind of ticked me off because I've worked on cars. I've actually removed those plenums and those runner tubes. I put injectors in it. Well, what did I do? I set them aside, and I was careful. I put it back together. Never worked on an L98, but I did not ding my lumen. I did not scratch it up. It looks like some kind of mechanic went in there like he was drunk and just started taking the ratchet and just going crazy. And then he had a bin. Hang on a minute, Eagle. He had a bin. He's throwing all the parts in there. We're talking about heavy alternators on top of all my aluminum. So I yanked him out, and I had a guy there. He left, and I says, lay this out here. I said, tell Rick in the morning that I do not want these scratched up or dinged. I said, because I cannot replace them. They're like new. And so anyway, enough of that story. Good to see you, Eagle. Appreciate you coming in, man.
You hear me okay?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me go back to the box here. There we go.
I'm not using earbuds either. So, I guess I have some.
It's a little different for me. I'm not quite used to it myself.
I thought they were out in the shop.
I was in a stream here on a panel maybe 5 days ago, and I went in with the speaker down there on, and I said, no echo, and they said, no. I said, interesting. I knew you could do it to a point, and this is my second time doing it like this, so it's a little new for me. Good to see you, Bernie. Mark's Trapping and Outdoors joined us. So what you been up to, Eagle?
Well, I went to I only had an hour, but I went to the range today and shot my 6.5 Creedmoor that I'm going to go long range with, where it's been to 800, but I want to get 1,000. And then I have an alleged opportunity. We'll see if I can get a mile out of that. So there's another guy here locally in Texas that he thinks he can get me out there in a couple shots. So I just put a new optic on. I played with the buffer. I think it needs a little bit of gas. This video will be out here in a couple days. I think it needs a little bit of gas. I think it's a little under gas. I had some feeding issues, but I did change the buffer, so it would make sense that it's possible I need more gas, I think. But I love that gun. That Creedmoor is just so fantastic. It was supposed to be a hunting gun, but it weighs 900 pounds, and so it's never going hunting.
This is your challenge. You get up to the end, and we'll do a 1,000-yard challenge.
Hang on, let me blow you up.
I'm using a bolt gun. Sorry.
There you go.
I'm a semi-auto guy. I'm going to do it all with a semi.
Well,
I've got a 26-inch barrel, so I have a little higher velocity.
Let's see. So mine has a 20.
I love that cartridge.
I got a 20 on my Creedmoor, and I have a 20 on my Grendel. So I think
Creedmoor pretty good.
Creedmoor wouldn't have a problem. It's just whether or not I can do it, I think. But anyway, I got a lot to learn before I'm doing that.
Oh.
So what gun do you have there, Hasbro? What is that?
This is a 6.5 Grendel that I built, I don't know, 3 years ago. Right at the beginning of COVID is when I finished it and started shooting. When I was still locked down,
Yeah.
So I've been shooting it like crazy since then.
The Grendel is my second favorite cartridge outside of the 8.6 Blackout.
This might be something interesting to see there. That's the difference between a Grendel and a Creedmoor.
Yeah.
Big fingers out of the way. Let me try this. That's not going to work any better.
I love the Grendel.
Wow.
The Grendel is actually the ideal cartridge for the AR-15. It is everything that 223 is not. You should have a Grendel AR-15.
Cool.
And it's so efficient. If you look at that difference in case size,
Yeah.
you know, for its bullet size, I mean, it'll hit 1,000 yards, no problem, out of an AR, which is just a
Wow.
blast.
Yeah, you got one up on me. I've never shot the Grendel yet, but with Eagle's help, I appreciate that, Barrel Brother.
Oh yeah.
There's no words I can say except thank you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I want. I mean, when it came in, I was like, man, I want to keep this. I'm gonna have to get another one.
Yeah, it looks like government profile, basically. I mean, it's just easy. It's going to be easy to carry. I can tell. Very easy.
So I had the giveaway winner for what was it, July? He got a 6.5 Creedmoor, and
Wow.
I told him he could pick any barrel he wanted, and he picked the most expensive barrel on Faxon's website.
Oh, whoa.
He picked the 22-inch with the extra fluting. It was the Faxon Match Series barrel. It was a $475 barrel.
I would have did that, but I felt too bad when you said you were going to do it, and you mentioned fluted and, or heavy, and I went. I knew when you said heavy, I said that's going to cost Eagle more money. You know,
Well,
yeah,
Faxon hooked me up a little bit, but
or me.
no
know.
problem.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
If you had listened to me and rigged the drawing and sent it to me instead, I might have done the same thing to you.
I had lots of offers for rigged for a rig. I did it. I totally did it fully randomized. I randomized the email list, and then I randomized the number, and then I had actually I'm wearing the hat. I had my Fusion Thermal guy on, and he picked a number out of the air, and I counted down, and that was our winner.
I was in that show. That's Chris, right? Named Chris.
Vintage Cheek
scope
is his. Yeah, from Fusion Thermal. Yeah.
Yeah, the interview you did. Yeah, he did an interview with a guy named Chris. I still remember that. Yeah, that thermal scope is cool as crap.
When he held that lens up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, can you see through that?" And he's like, "No," and I was like, "What's going on?" That was a weird moment, man.
That was pretty cool.
I remember that. It's weird. But was it? Does it reflect the image? I wonder. In technical terms, do you know?
Yeah. So to our wavelength of light that we see, it is a complete reflection. But to that UV, whatever red light that the thermals use, that's what you have to get through it. And the quality of the glass is the most important factor for the thermal, which I learned so much in that interview. I love having those people on. I just have a blast with it.
I've got a guy. I won't say who. I'm thinking about. I've talked to him before. One time for like 30 minutes, a couple of years back, maybe 3 years back, and I've been wanting to get him on here to do an interview. I'm not big. It's weird. I started out doing interviews with Echo, but I'm just not. I never gravitated to him that much outside of helping him. I did one with Milsurp Duo. Now and let him show guns and stuff, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I just haven't. He's the only one I've done it with.
I got to step out this second. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice gun Hasbro's got. He's got a lot of videos of him shooting. I have none shooting. I have a few videos on my phone where I was shooting AR and a 35 Remington, my brother's lever action, and my daughter, and I could never get my daughter to stand right. I mean, she kept, you know how ladies sometimes, if they never held a rifle, they'll stand strange. And I kept looking at her, standing wrong. Yeah.
I actually have tape over my daughter's her eye protection that she shoots with. I have her left eye blacked out with tape.
Okay.
Sometimes she'll put the wrong eye behind the scope when she was little. And she was trying to look out of her left eye shooting right-handed and all that mess. So I actually taped them up, and now she's older and doesn't have that problem, but I still keep her left eye taped up. Yeah.
Is she a right eye dominant though? Actually,
so I believe that she is.
Okay.
I believe that she is. I am left eye dominant, so my pistol, I'm actually crossing over to shoot my left eye when I shoot pistol, even though I'm right-handed. But when you're looking through a scope, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
But
good to see you, Rebel. 6.7 Rebel joined us. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Tell me your setup for what you're wanting to do for your Grendel build.
I have the upper.
And what do you need? And
okay. Yeah, actually, I got the things in a cart here. I got to show you what I'm going to be buying. One thing I want is out of stock, and we're going to show Hasbro's gunsmith stuff. If you want to show anything, please do. If you got time, Eagle, you can show some stuff you have. I've got a arrow upper, and it's tight to the barrel. I already checked that a few weeks ago on live, actually. I think.
Oh, I saw that. Yes, it was almost.
You can't hardly pull it out. You stick it in. And
that's good.
That's I think I tested with 3 of them. I think right here. Yeah, and they all were tight. Now I do have a Faxon barrel, government SOCOM profile mid-length, and it's loose in these. But I figure what it is, they probably held a better tolerance because it's a match barrel you sent to me, and I believe they probably at the factory held a tighter tolerance. That's just my hunch, but knowing manufacturing, somewhat. I mean, I worked most of my life in it. Never in firearms though, but I do know tolerances. I used to actually, believe it or not, I used to actually sit and measure the thickness of hydrated contact lenses, and that's very hard to do. Yeah, there's only a few people in the company could do it. I learned how to do it, and they used to come to me to make the test one time, and I used to sit there and just throw that thing on there, tap it with a cloth, throw it on there, boom, a little digimeter, and it was crazy. But what it is, you don't want to take too much moisture out of it. What it is, anyway. Enough of that stuff. I didn't want to go there, but
so I can show a blind upper, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, heck yeah. We're going. If they give me a strike, they give me a strike, which they shouldn't.
Right,
This no firearms, everyone.
Yeah, this just came in, and so this is the what do they call it? This is the Faxon lightweight upper. They're doing a lot of lightweight stuff, and I am way in on the lightweight stuff. So normally the shell deflector, do you see that this shell deflector has a hole in it? It's been milled out. Now it's solid on the face where the shells would hit, but this back is also milled out. So it's completely milled out, and all that's there is what just needs to be there. And I think that's really interesting and a good use of, I don't know, a good use of like taking away weight where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. So they also have a lightweight lower that it's out in the shop. I don't have it here, but this just came in like a couple of days ago, and I can't tell you what I'm going to do with it yet, but I will be able to tell you very soon. We're going to do something pretty awesome with it. And Faxon is actually having a big sale this weekend. I just got an email about it. They're blowing some stuff out.
Wow.
Which is cool. It's a good time right now because you can get ammo, you can get gun parts. The prices have kind of come down a little bit. I mean, it's a prime time right now to build something. I mean, obviously, if you have spare money, it's a good time because we've seen an availability being really bad, and we've seen ammo not being available, and now it's available.
Good to see you, Andy. Andy's joined us. Andy's 79Z28, the Zinc Master. Thank you for coming in, Andy. Good to see you, man.
Sir.
I like that lightweight stuff. I've been looking at the Arrow one without the forward assist because of weight. I've been looking at that. I know Arrow produces a Clint Smith blower that's skeletonized on the mag well. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but check it out. It's actually his design, I think. He taught with Arrow a few years ago. Some of you may not know Clint Smith, but he's a former military. He has a training place, Thunder Ranch.
Thunder Ranch, yeah.
Yeah, Thunder Ranch, yeah. I watch him from time to time, and anyway, it's all cut out for weight savings, and I think he don't even have the forward assist on. I could be wrong on that one. It's been a while since I was over there though, but I like that weight saving thing. I've been thinking about it, but on the Grendel, I'm probably going to put originally a Arrow enhanced upper. Arrow enhanced lower with a trigger guard already built into it, and the stock I'll probably do a mag pull, maybe. And I may do Luth, what you call it, that Luth AR
Luth
stock.
AR?
Yeah, I've looked at that. I don't know how it'll do. I'd like to try it out before I bought one. But
So
yeah,
I have an adjustable Luth AR, the carbine one, and then
Mhm.
I have a fixed Luth AR. I would not buy the adjustable one again because
Okay.
when the buttstock is collapsed and that cheek riser, if you leave it set where you want it and the buttstock is collapsed, you cannot charge the gun. So you have to open it up in order for the charging handle to slide out, and that's a bit of a deal breaker for me. And it's the one that's on my Grendel.
Wow.
Bummer.
It seemed like I've heard that before, what you're talking about. It's been a while. Viejo says Clint was one of his instructors when he went through Colonel Cooper. Yeah, I was thinking Cooper school.
Wow.
That guy's, I love, he's a trip when he talks, man. He don't play around. He says it the way it is. And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get a Magnum and get lit up with that, you better watch out. Like 41 mag, 44, it'll light you up, he says. But I like his videos. Got James Pollard with us. Good to see you, James. He says, see what he's got here. I built a lightweight 300 Blackout. Cool. I actually, in the early days, I did not want a pistol AR, but, the conflict with ATF and all their crap writing laws. And my son bought one years ago. And then I think he bought a 9mm too. And I said, no, I have no use for it. Then I decided, you know what? I think I would like one to go in a pickup or a car. It's actually small, easy to get in and out. Maybe have one in, I know I'm not being paranoid, but have one in the vehicle, truck, car, whichever one. Have one in the trunk and be able to get to it fast with about maybe 6 mags loaded. I know I'm talking crazy, but I occasionally when I go out on town in certain counties, I will put my AR in my truck and cover it up with whatever I got back there, like a poncho. And now if the police pull me over, they're going like, what are you doing with this gun? I go, hey, self-defense, man. I'm carrying it same as I carry my pistol. So.
Did you see my concealed case that's out of that Home Depot box?
Mm-mm.
Do you remember that? I did. That was a giveaway a couple months ago, and I put a 9mm pistol AR in this 26-inch case. What's the brand that Home Depot carries? Phooey, I can't think of it, but it's just a case, rigid. It's a rigid case, and you cut the foam, put it in there, and so it's an AR-9 with like a 8-inch barrel or something, and it takes Glock mags, which is the same Glock mags that would be in my carry, so I could use the same mag and the same round between my pistol and my AR-9, which I'm a big fan of that redundancy.
So you carry a 9mm one pistol? Cool.
Yeah, usually one of my P80s or one of my GSTs. But right now I've been carrying that Anderson Kiger that I did the 500 round challenge on. I've been carrying that.
Appreciate you guys coming in. And we also have what they call lurkers out there. It's funny, we never think of that or mention that, but I learned that from Brutal Bob. I don't know if you all know Brutal Bob. Some of you seen him in the side chat. He's been having a lot of surgeries and issues, and send him prayers and hope he gets better. Last I heard, he needs some more surgery. That's all I'll say. If you're out there, Bob, listening, hey man, get well. He loves he goes around the side chats a lot. Most of the time he's in them, but he's just had so many surgeries this year.
I haven't seen him in a while, but I know the name.
Yeah, he's a former policeman, actually. Jeff MOA, good to see you, Jeff. Appreciate you dropping in. He's getting regular in here. I need to start posting this thing more. I used to post the streams about 2 days in advance or 3. Me and Echo used to talk about this a lot. At first, he didn't want to do it. I says, well, why not? Get 3 days of advertising. Post it up, throw it in the community tab, and just keep doing it. And some people do post, near the stream. I like to personally post 2 or 3 days before, but that's just me. And also with the community tab now, because I think I got 370. I'm at 370 something subscribers, and believe it or not, a lot of my subs are in different communities. They're in homesteading. I got ladies that do homesteading, and they're in canning, and I jump in there and help them out, moderate occasionally for them, and some good people. It really is.
Okay, so that's your upper. What's your lower? What are you doing for your lower setup?
Okay, the lowers is the Aero Precision.
Okay.
The enhanced lower. Actually,
Okay.
let me get. Heck, I'll get it out and show it. Hang on, guys. These are the three. I got to put the forward assist in them. This here now, I'll show this one. That's the big boy, like you're talking about. It's the 308 upper.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I don't like about it, I bought one because I guess just to have it. Because here's the reason. Weight. I'll show you guys this right quick, even though it's off topic. It's got that big lug on the end there, man. I ain't kidding you. See that? So it's
The
a
only
trip.
problem with it is it limits you to the arrow hand guards, but it's not that big of a deal.
Bitch.
What's wrong, Hasbro? You all right? I think he had an episode or something happen there. Yeah, this is Arrow too. Yeah, I have a quantum handguard, and you know what? I don't like the big giant handguard.
Yeah.
I'm buying another one of these in the LR 308 platform, AR10 DPMS. So I'm gonna get another Arrow upper with threads, and so I'll have two at that point. You all right, Hasbro? Yeah. Bear with me, guys. Here we go. Now, earlier, Hasbro was talking about he likes those threaded things, you know, on the boat catch and buffer tube back there and all that. Did you know you can get a tap and buy the little set screws and you can convert your standard into threaded?
DIY that for sure.
Yeah, DIY it. Yep.
Highly recommend it.
So let me blow me up and I'll let you guys see this. Some of you know what this looks like, but I'll still show you. If I can get to the mouse, I got a bunch of junk here. Bear with me. Built-in handguard, and it's drilled out for weight. Can't beat that. Really, Arrow is really nice to me. I think the finish and fit is spot on. I love the finish for some reason better than I do most other brands. It's just nice. And
Arrow's a good-looking rig.
Yeah. And I'll tell you another one is similar, and I mentioned this before, and that is Rainier Arms. I think Mega makes Rainier Arms uppers and lowers, and I do have a Rainier Arms lower. And it was the first one I bought it before I bought anything a few years back. And it's like this. It's real jet black, and actually it's darker in some ways. And that's the one I may convert that to threaded. So,
yeah, that might be fun to do. I think you can just look up that tap size and get yourself a little threaded Allen thing, and you'd be just fine. You do if you're not running their kits, you do have to snip your spring, like 3 coils or something off your spring, but it's no big deal.
Yeah, you're right on that one. Mm-hmm. Well, can't get it all stacked back there. Hang on, I'm gonna have to get up, guys.
What trigger are you wanting to do?
The trigger, I'm either going to do LaRue 2-stage like Hasbro, or I'm going to go PSA nickel boron 2-stage.
Okay.
Or if I don't do PSA, I probably would do DSG Arms. They have a nickel boron too, sometimes for $69, 79 range. So PSA or that one or LaRue, I haven't decided yet, but I want 2-stage.
So AT3 Tactical also has a 2-stage that I'm going to be trying out pretty soon.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a fan of theirs. Their company, man. I don't know how they do it or like where they're located. I think it's coming from Ohio to Texas is not close, but they ship so dang fast. It's at your house. Like, I mean, I ordered something on a Thursday and it was at my house on a Monday. Like, that's phenomenal. I'll take that.
Wow.
Hey, Chris from the 740.
Good to see you, Chris. Gizzard Gary's with us. Who else here? Chris, 740. Good to see you, Chris. Appreciate you dropping in, man. James. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jeff MOA. Actually, we missed Gizzard up there a little earlier. So you're talking. When I get to talking about parts, I get distracted from the side chat. Are you okay, Hasbro? Pardon?
We don't know what happened to Hasbro.
Yeah, could be. You know, he's on the phone totally. He did away with Starlink. He's not using that. He may have a. I think you're going in and out, Hasbro. I don't know. You're not buffering, but
I don't even hear him.
we heard you earlier. I forget what you said, but
I hope he didn't fall over or knock something over.
Yeah, hope you're all right, man. Apparently he's got some internet trouble or something, either audio. Okay, anyway, well, I'm going to use that. I do have a Rainier I could use, but I'm not because I don't have a matching upper. I want to get the Rainier arms upper, too, to match. I just want it to match. And I love the thing I love about Arrow and some of these other brands. I love that tension screw, but typically you don't have to use it because they're so doggone tight. I mean, that's one of the first things I know. They say it don't matter. I've read a million of that stuff. They say that, hey, don't worry about that. It still shoots. Yeah, true. I just don't like all that slop like that, and I think it's better to me tight. But do you like them loose like that? Does it bother you?
No, but I do a lot of 80% stuff, so the matchup from upper to lower is rarely very good, and so I have a couple of tricks like that, including there's a bunch of different stuff you can do, but especially on the polymer stuff, you can kind of tweak some stuff around, but I'm always looking for the good matchup because polymer, if I do polymer, I don't love to do polymer. I'm not really a fan of polymer in general, but for as many builds as I do and how quickly I can turn them out and things like that, polymer has its place for me. I'm not taking it to not my SHTF gun, but.
Right. I've heard of those. I've never, I know in the early years, they would crack sometimes. I heard about or read, but.
So this one's carbon fiber polymer. Carbon fiber polymer.
Let me blow you up there.
And it's got the thread. It's got brass insert, and we got it all milled out and carbon fiber infused polymer. So, this one I did not mill out. This one actually has a serial number. This is one of my few serial numbers.
Nice. Yeah, we're going to talk about some gunsmith tools too. Hasbro I think Hasbro may be missing in action tonight. Can you hear us, Hasbro? We can barely hear you. You're muffled like. I don't think we're going to be able to hear Hasbro. Barely could hear your voice coming through, brother.
Well, I don't hear it at all.
Reboot. If he's running on the phone, reboot that thing, see if it'll restart it and see if that works. I even, during the show, I even have rebooted my router quite a bit of time, especially in the early days of streaming here. But anyway, we'll go to some gunsmith tools. Hasbro's got a whole bin of them I was going to show you. I bought real hickory wood a few years ago. A little heavy probably for gunsmith, but I think it's 8 ounce. If I remember right, if I can see, I'm half blind, but I bought a little real hickory handle, hardwood ball peen at Lowe's a few years ago. I said, well, that'll work.
That's handy.
Yes, that's not bad. It's a little higher priced, but I bought it anyway. I got a cheap version of it, which I don't show. It's over in the drawer. I bought, I did a video on this a few years ago. I bought this from Brownells for gunsmithing and AR building a few years ago. And it's got the Brownell sticker on it still. And what's good about this, you can replace the plastic when it starts destroying. You unscrew it and get a new one, and you can replace the brass. So I said, I want that one. So I got that one. Then I went crazy as crap. And being one is none and two is something. But I bought the Grace brass. With the only problem is if you damage this end, you're kind of stuck. So I'm just going to use it just for that and replace it. So that's replaceable. This is by Grace. Yeah. I got punches too, which is Grace. Roll pin punches set here, which I don't have out right now. I did buy, I barely hear you, Hasbro. Hang on a minute. I know you can hear us. Well, we can barely hear you. It's like almost like you're muffled. Just little tiny, small words are being said or muffled. Hard to hear you. I think maybe you might have to go back to Starlink.
Call Elon.
I think he was streaming on a cell phone, unlimited data. I think I could be wrong. Text me, Hasbro. What are you streaming on? Let's try to get you up and running here if we can somehow. Somebody, I think he did text me. Hang on. Let me check my text. Yeah, he texted me. Just got it. Joining. Okay, that's the link he's talking about. Okay. Well, I hate that's happening. I apologize, guys. You know, technical glitches. But I bought this here too. I actually, Midwest Industries come out with a AR wrench that I actually like a little bit better, I'll say. Now, do I like this? Yeah, absolutely, I like it. I've actually used it for putting on end plates, quick release end plate on AR. So I've already used this. I'll show it to you. It's by Magpul. I bought it on sale a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's good. It looks more cast than steel to me, but you know, it's lifetime warranty, so you can't beat it. I am going to try Midwest Industries. They have a block. Matter of fact, hang on. I'll show you something. And when I get through, I'll let you show some things if you want to, Eagle.
All right. I got a few
I don't know what
randomly here on my desk.
Okay. Let me bear with me. Let's see. Oh, I think I closed it out. I did close it out. Let me open it back up here for a minute. Let me get back to the page. It's been so long since I shared a screen, I almost forgot. Let's see. All right. Recently closed. Where are you at? Now I'm looking for history. Uh-oh. Oh, there we are. I didn't want that in the Brownells. I didn't want Brownells on the, I wanted it in Chrome, but I messed up and let me close it out. Bear with me, guys. Close window. Close that. New window.
Yes, crazy gearhead. It is very hot in Texas, even a few weekends ago. It's funny because it says it's 103 right now, and it's 8 p.m. And so we were up to like 109 today. Yeah.
Bear with me, guys.
Tough to do anything. We went out at like 3:00 on a Sunday afternoon to like go run a couple of errands, and we drove out of the neighborhood, down the back streets, into town. We didn't see a single car. Like nobody was out. And I'm like, man, nobody's even moving around. Like no one's even driving around. 115 degrees and no one's moving. Everyone is just inside. It's kind of weird. It was actually really, really strange to be driving around without seeing anyone.
Okay, I got to go into Firefox because I don't remember my password to Brownells. Bear with me.
I have 3 random gunsmithing tools just that are here at my office desk. Mm-hmm. I can show you those real quick, and then I got to probably jet. But
okay,
I have a dedicated set of gunsmithing screwdrivers by this company called PB Tools.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a link or anything for them, but it's PB Tools, lifetime warranty. I've only ever broken one thing, and they replaced it immediately. It's an overseas, England is where the tools are made, but they do have a U.S. distributor that warranties them. Highly recommend PB Tools. They are silly expensive, but I thoroughly enjoy them. And then something else that I use on my workbench, I got 2, for some reason I had 2 random gunsmithing things here on my desk. This is a set of picks that I got at Harbor Freight, and you don't realize how much you use them. Like just a set of these picks. I have a set of 4 or 5, got them at Harbor Freight. They cost nothing. I use these constantly for cleaning out stuff. This one is kind of a straight one, but the hooked ones are actually pretty valuable. And then the last thing is actually kind of funny. I want to get a nice one. This is a decent brand, but not the greatest. And then have you seen that guy called Frag Out Designs that does all of that laser etching on all that stuff?
No,
he has a set of what's the fancy brand? Is it like Mitutoyo or something like that?
Yeah. Mitutoyo. Yeah.
Okay. So he has a set of Mitutoyo that is all laser etched, and you can get like your logo and stuff all down here with like scroll work and like all the numbers. And I don't need one. It's stupid. This one works fine, but I want one so bad. I need to see how much they are. fully customized.
Got the Stock Explorer here, Pat in a bunker. Good to see you, Pat.
Pat in the bunker.
Appreciate you dropping in here, Stock Explorer. Her name's Nora. Thank you for dropping in. Let me try to share this screen so I don't mess up. Bear with me.
Is Hasbro back? Because I don't want to leave you alone, but I got to.
I understand. Don't worry about it. You're good.
We got the batting cages here in about 15 minutes. We got the batting cages reserved, so we're gonna go get some hitting done.
I can't see what I'm. Let's see. Hang on. Viewing the cart. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, this before you run, if you have a minute, you see there, I got the 223 in the cart field. I've got this is the new block I got from Midwest Industries. I'm gonna get. It does the gas block too, and a few other things, and it also you can mount it to screw it to a bench. And there's the NATO Colt spec, which is the, Then you got I did do the Grendel this evening. That's the go gauge, no go, and then the field on the Grendel right there. And then that's the armor's wrench I was mentioning earlier. Right there. I've seen it in a box at a store, local mom and pop. It's pretty nice. And then the bell block I'm just showing that, that you can use it. And then this here right here is by Delta. That thing is $12 and something at Midway USA the other day. $12.99. And there's your silver anti-seize. Now I'm going to say something and you let me know if I'm right. They say do not put copper on aluminum threads on an AR build. Have you heard that, Eagle?
I've heard that. I don't. Long term, I don't. Maybe it's not ideal, but who knows?
I've heard corrosion issues, so I use silver, and I'll show it to you here in a minute. You can buy that or that, and also a bottle. But anyway, I'll take that down. Hang on. Let me remove. There we are. Been a while since I shared a screen, but here it is. I've had this Permatex silver for years.
Yeah.
Which y'all can see that
So you're putting that where?
I'm putting that on the threads when I install the barrel. That silver stuff's a mess too. Yeah, I read copper is somehow corrosion or something. Hasbro knows more about that too, the copper. Probably than I do. Man, my hands are silver.
Well, I'm back finally. Sorry about
that. Go. We kept hearing a little bit of a
Yeah, I was unfortunately, being diabetic, they switched medicines on me to this stuff called Mongerno.
Right.
And it's the first time I've been on it. And I got so busy at work I couldn't eat today. It's making me physically ill. So,
are you okay now?
I had to I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I left, got sick, came back up, and got sick again.
Oh, boy.
I think I'm good.
What was wrong with
you? AR, I'm going to leave you here for a bit.
Good to see you, Eagle.
Hasbro, good to hang out, brother.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, man.
All right. You leaving, Eagle?
Yeah, I got to
chase off the
practice.
best. It's getting sick that chased you off, isn't it?
I'm sorry. No, we got the batting cages reserved here in like 15 minutes, so we're going to go hit some baseballs.
All right. See you.
All right.
Have a good one with the family.
Yeah.
Appreciate Eagle being here. Great to have him on. He is actually the one that sent me a brand new match grade series Faxon barrel in 6.5 Grendel 18-inch, 1 in 8 thread. That means 1 inch. What is that? 1 in 8. That's I forget now. It's been a while since I thought about it. 1 turn in 8 inches. Now I got it. My hands are silver. I picked up that anti-seize and got all that silver all over my hands, so I can't even touch my face. But appreciate we got Hillbilly Chicken Ranch jumped in here. Susan, thank you for dropping in, Susan. Appreciate it. Vanessa Kitty jumped in here. Hobo's still with us. Stock Explorer Nora's joined us. Christmas 740. Jeff MOA, Pat in a bunker. Good to see you, Pat. If you want a link, I'll go ahead and send you one, man. If you want to come on, you're welcome. I didn't really plan out the panel outside of Hasbro, but it's no big deal. I don't mind anybody coming in. It's absolutely fine. Appreciate you being here. Colt 1927, Garage Guy 879, Christmas 740, and we got Mac Man out in the he ain't in a bunker. He's out there in the brush, out there in the woods hunting deer. I think he said he scouted for 11 bucks or something he seen here the other week. So he's out deer hunting. We don't have deer season, I think, to September in Georgia, so which is bow season. So, what was wrong with your internet, Hasbro? Was your internet messing up? Or
Oh, you mean before?
yeah, we could barely hear you vocally.
Oh, I was sprinting.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. I wasn't here. So.
Oh, okay. We kept hearing a little bit of talking occasionally, but it was muffled. But,
Okay.
You sure you okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what that probably was. It was probably I had the YouTube side of the stream volume on.
Oh, okay.
Might have echoed there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
muted
all,
it, but I
all
think
we
when
could
I
hear
got
was a
up, I
muffled.
hit it.
All we could hear was a muffled voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got some gunsmith stuff. Are you up to showing it? Some of your stuff?
Yeah, I'll show some of that stuff.
Nah, we'll blow
Let me
you
go
up.
ahead and show this ammo we talked about, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So before the Russian arms ban, you could find Grendel, and this is one of the reasons Grendel took off. There was a source for cheap ammo, whereas a lot of the different calibers other than 5.56 in the AR platform was not really cheap ammo. And so this one is it. And I think I have 3 boxes of these left as all. I've only fired part of one, but it's, it's just a Wolf Russian conversion over to 6.5 Grendel. Pretty easy for them to do since they use their AK case. But you can't find that anymore. So I'm sure it doesn't shoot great, but one day I'll ring some steel with it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk tools.
All right.
We talked about that.
Actually, link sent Pat in a bunker. You got one. Okay.
Yeah, one more thing on magazines. Most 300 blackout mags will work okay, but they're not as reliable. There are some specific, this is CMMG's 6.5 Grendel, and they changed the follower a little bit to kick the bullet up because it's tapered down a lot more here. So the bullet tends to nosedive. So this follower just kicks it up a little bit, makes it come in there better.
Okay.
So there's a couple different brands. I have both, but I think CMMG is the best one.
CMG.
This one, though, yeah, this one I coated to match the gun. But you see, I've used it a lot.
Okay. For the audience, do you have to have a specific mag? Will another caliber mag work, or just that specific?
No, it's 300 blackout or 6.5 Grendel. If you can find one made for 6.5 Grendel, it will be more reliable.
Okay, that's one.
But 300 blackout really will also run 5.56, right? In a lot of cases. But this is optimized for 6.5 Grendel, so I just went that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll probably order a CMG, right?
CMMG. And there's another one.
Text the thing to me so I'll remember if you don't mind when you get time.
Yeah, I will. I'll get you
or
both
email
of them that work.
Okay.
So anyway, that's that on the Grendel. So when you build, let me grab a couple of things.
Hey, Chad, how you doing, man? Thank you for dropping by.
If you haven't built your first AR, this is the other topic that AR and I were talking about covering. Is this is some basic tools. You don't have to have all these, but if you build one up, it's really going to be to your advantage. So this goes in a normal vise, like a bench vise, but it holds your upper receiver. So what that does is when you go to install your barrel and torque your barrel nut down, you don't twist your receiver, right? Or you get it misaligned. So this is part of holding that receiver. There's another one for this is the one I use for the lower, but there are different ones for it. This is the end that goes in the vise, so I put tape on it, but this goes up to your mag well. So when you're working on the whole rifle or just the lower, this will support it. So a couple basic things you need to hold your gun. There's another piece in this one that once this is clamped up, it replaces your bolt carrier group and helps you to align your gas tube and support the inside of the receiver. So it just slides inside of here. I don't have it out, but
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it slides in like your bolt would back here, but it's got an extension that will guide your tube so you don't misalign your tube.
Yeah, Wheeler makes a version of that too with the got a little rod on it.
Wheeler. Yeah, this
Oh,
is
is it?
Wheeler.
Okay,
Yep.
well, I know what you're talking about then. I was thinking he was talking about the pure plastic one. There's, I think Brownell's got one that's plastic, looks kind of funky. And then you
Yeah.
got the Wheeler, it has a little like stainless steel rod on it running through it.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you.
Those things just help you hold on to it, help you keep it from damaging it and damaging your finish. So they're not expensive. I think it's $30 for the set for both of those.
I seen
Yeah,
the
now this
Wheeler.
is-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead, Eric.
I seen the Wheeler the other day, that Wheeler set for $12.99 on Midway, believe it or not. But
Wow,
of course, you
that's
got
a
to
good
pay
deal.
shipping. But go ahead.
That's a good deal. Okay, so my pricing's old. So this is a bench block, again by Wheeler. There's various people that make this. And this helps you, like when you go to put your, I don't know if you can see it down here. Down here's your gas block, and there's a pin you have to drive in to hold your tube in. Well, this allows you to support that gas block properly and keep it from rotating. And then you can take some pins, roll pins, and drive your gas pin in there. So it's got other uses. It's also not just for ARs, right? I use it for my 1911 and various things. But again, it's not expensive, but it's something that if you're going to build and work on your own AR, you should get one of these.
I need to get one like that. I got this one right here that it's hollow. I just bought it because it was cheap. How you doing, Pat?
Here we go.
I think he's frozen.
Hey, Pat. He did hang up, didn't he?
Yeah, we got Pat frozen here on the screen.
Here's, we're waiting on him to come back. Here's that other part. Sorry, I found it here. So
There
this
you
goes
go.
inside your receiver, right?
Yeah.
And it'll go all the way forward and catch your gas tube when you're loading it and perfectly align it.
Nice.
But it just slides inside when you have your receiver clamped in there. And then you push this in.
Let me ask you this. Does that Wheeler do pretty good on really tight nuts on the barrel nuts?
I've not
Okay,
had
really?
anything that was a problem so far. And
Okay.
now the highest I've gone is, I think, 50 inch-pounds on an AR. But there was no
Okay.
give. There was no issue. It's glass-filled nylon, what this material is, so it's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. I was going to buy one. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. I'm probably going to buy the Wheeler, but let me get over here and I'll show you the one. Hang on a minute. I'll probably have to go because Brownell's is out of stock on what I'm looking for. Bear with me a minute and I'll show you the one I'm looking at. It's like a Geisley reaction rod, except it has a fin that keeps aluminum from clocking and twisting and basically keeps your upper from cracking. Hold on a minute.
All right, while you're doing that, I'll show. I've got even more tools here. But we need this one out here too. You got a mess on the bench now. So when you go to drive roll pins into your gun, get a good set of roll pin punches. Now, these are Wheelers. They're maybe not real expensive, but they've been perfectly good for me.
Right.
So you can see on the end, if I get to focus here, the end has a little button on the end of it that's smaller than the diameter. And that goes in and allows you to push on pins like this or on roll pins and get them seated properly without smashing them. That's the Wheeler set for those.
Bear with me a minute, Pat. There you are.
Yep.
Sorry, man. Didn't mean to keep you covered.
So y'all can hear me.
Hey, welcome back.
Can you hear me?
Volume a little low.
Muted.
No, I'm unmuted.
I hear you.
I'm at soft. Sorry.
Oh, okay. May have to boost my volume up. I don't know. Just a tick. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just down here in the bunker, was messing with.
Good to see you, man. Been a while. Appreciate you coming on the panel. You guys rock out there in the side chat. Let me unhighlight Chad there. Got Jeff MOA with us still. Chad Kelly, he's busy. Viejo joined us earlier.
My little,
But, yeah, appreciate you dropping in, man. How's that bunker going lately? How's life in the bunker?
I think he froze up again.
Yeah. Yeah, you froze, Pat. Apologize, guys, for the technical issues. It's the way it is tonight. Crazy gearhead. Appreciate you hanging with us, man. Mark Thomas. Good to see you, Mark. I may get with you, Mark, in time and get you to make me a Paladin Wild West holster. You probably know what it looks like if you ever watch that show. That thing,
yeah,
I don't know.
cool.
I just love to have that. But I know you make them. Oh, here we go. Got a torque wrench.
Yep. So a couple other things you need, and you can buy this, you can borrow this, right? If you have somebody has it. I have this one when I was doing a lot of engine building. I have another one that's inch pounds. The problem is for most rifle building, it's right between the range of the low end of this one and the high end of the inch pound torque wrench. I haven't found a perfect one yet for gun making, but this works. You just have to kind of check it. But you just convert, this is in foot pounds, so you got to convert to inch pounds and then set your number. But you use that on this. And so this is the barrel nut wrench. Now, depending on whose handguard you buy, you may get another type of barrel nut configuration. They may give you another of these. But most of the time when you buy a handguard, they ship you the wrench to go on the end of your torque wrench.
I wonder what size that is, man. You know, actually?
I can look it up.
Oh, okay.
I have the ability to answer that question.
I've been wondering about that for a while. That's why I asked myself.
It is. I got some tape on here. Right out 1.25 inches, 1.24.
Okay. Hey, Pat.
Third time's a charm, I hope.
Volumes. Well, actually, my volume, I'm actually not using the earbuds now. I got the speaker, and my speaker's down on the floor, so it's not turned up real loud because I'm afraid it'll echo. So.
Oh, okay.
You tell me. Let me crank him up. If I echo, you let me know. I'm sure you will. Someone will. Because it drives you nuts when you get that echo. I have talking about wrenches that Hasbro's doing. I got the similar. I have a 1/2 inch drive Craftsman. Hardly ever used. Plastic handle, torque wrench, foot pound.
I need to get with Mac, man, and get a really good one.
Yeah, that's true. This Sears not bad.
Try once, right? That's what you get.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead with your wrench.
Okay, so this is an armorer's wrench, if everybody hadn't seen that. And it's got a lot of different features, different things you use in the gun, but probably the two most common are going to be this one, which is for your barrel nut, tighten it down. It's got two different styles. This one, that same flat, it's got some that lock in with pins, and then some that take the sawtooth. So this is it's a DPMS wrench, and I found it to be really, really good. Then it has this.
Yeah, for your reminds me of Tapco, somewhat. I think they had one similar.
Okay.
Go ahead. That's the castle nut, right?
So yeah, for the castle nut. So that's using these teeth and allow you to tighten your castle nut on, which holds the buffer tube assembly to your receiver. And then I go ahead and stake that castle nut in, because once I'm done with that, I'm not taking it off. But I have had to remove one, and this is perfectly strong. You can get that on there, and you can shear that little stake right off, no problem.
Okay.
So anyway, there's several other different features and things that this is useful for, but that's the primary one.
Okay. Yeah, I got this here. The thing about the mag pull. Hang on, Pat. We'll get with you. Right there, you have to slip it over the entire buffer tube. The way they designed it. So that's why I'm thinking about getting the Midwest Industries, taking a look at it. And I've been wanting that. I like that one, that DPMS one. I think they went out of business. DPMS did, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Echo mentioned it a while back. I sure miss Echo. Wish he was around. But
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I really do. He was a good guy. Let's see. Hey, Pat. He's muted. You with us? He's muted right now. Hang on, let me highlight coat here. I use files and stones most for fitting Sears. James, I've never used a torque wrench on an AR. I have them, just don't use them. Yeah, I've heard some people don't. You know, you after a while, you do kind of get where you know how tight to get those things.
Yeah, and it's snug and just a little bit. It can be done, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another set. It's a hammer, it has a brass end and a plastic end on one end. So that really is useful for when you're driving pins in and things. Because the brass, if you hit the aluminum, it can leave a little brass in there, but you take a little bit of Poppy's number 9, it just takes it off like copper. So no big
Right.
deal. So that's useful. The larger brass pins down here, I won't pull them out, are useful, but you can see there's one broken here, one bent here. I don't know if it's just these or something else. But this wheeler works fine. I'm just not sure if this part of their product line is the best, but I use them a lot.
I got to get a set of those brass ones. Yeah, I heard they do break if you ain't careful, or bend, definitely.
And maybe it's just normal. I don't know. You know.
Mm-hmm.
This is one version. I have another one. I haven't tried this one yet. And this is for installing the roll pins in several places, but especially on your release pins here. So you have a little indentation. You got to kind of work it in here, and when you put that on, this helps you align it without springs and everything going flying everywhere. I've got another one that's a little more useful. Well, should I say I've used it more. I haven't tried this one yet. This comes recommended.
Roll pin wizard, I see. Huh.
Yeah.
I've got for the bolt catch, I got a set of a starter for the roll pin and the punch by Little Crow Gun Works. I think I paid like $20 for it a few years back. Yeah. And they're kind of long. They're not coated or anything. So you got to be careful and tape your lower receiver, definitely. But I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look that up, that roll pin wizard.
We dig something out that's really not usual. I used on this gun in chasing down gremlins and accuracy thing, and I've only used it one time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a receiver truing tool.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I got you on that one.
So before you put this thing in, put your gun all together. Sorry, it's really stuck in this packaging.
Do you use that very much? You found it make any difference when you lap that upper receiver face?
I use it on this gun, and I can't tell you if I can measure a difference.
Okay.
But nonetheless, it goes in, and you put some lapping compound on it, and it runs into your receiver, and then it laps and aligns the main bore of your receiver and the barrel tenon area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything's nice and smooth and even. So in theory, that sounds great, except I'm not so sure it's that big a deal in an AR. It would be in a bolt gun.
I've wondered
because
too.
This bolt head kind of floats its way into place and locks up. I don't know. I didn't see much of a difference, but
doesn't hurt though. I mean,
it wasn't cheap, but I tried it.
Yeah. I pondered getting that tool. I do know the faces don't seem to be that true occasionally. But I don't know if it makes a difference either, the way the bolt locks up in the barrel like that.
But yeah, if you ever want to try that, you let me know and I'll ship it to you.
Earlier we had, sorry, Pat, man, I hate, he said computer was acting up, doing the reset. Okay. Yeah, man, we're still here. James, who was it earlier here? Hang on. Jeff MOA mentioned he got a beam. I got an old Sears Craftsman beam. Then I got a new 1/2 inch click one, which I've actually put my sports car wheels on here a few months ago. I've got that one. It's hardly been used. And I keep it, of course, untorqued to keep the pressure off the spring. And I have a Wheeler fat wrench.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't have up here, AR, but you're right. That Wheeler fat wrench is probably the most used tool I have for AR.
Mm-hmm.
Torque, you can torque everything with it. So.
A week or two ago, I lapped my brother's, he had some Tasco scope he bought for like $50-$60. He put it on a Savage bolt action. I forget what model it is. And I did some lapping on his rings and lined them up with one of those kits you get from, I think I got it Midway USA years ago. And I told him to get a scope base, the solid scope base. And he ordered it, and somehow Amazon got crazy, and it was out of stock. Or going to take a week or two, and he canceled the order. I was going to end up. I told him, I said, put your scope base on. We'll make sure your base is. If you have to, I'll bed your scope base with some material. Maybe I'm trying to think what name is it. JB Weld or whatever I want to use, and make sure. And I won't get into that, but there's a way to put that base on, and some of you know that. Wes Covina Dodge is in here. Good to see you, Wes Covina. Appreciate you being in here. Been a while since I seen him. I was in Uncle Jim's the other week in the side chat saying hello to you guys. I need to jump up there on the stream sometime, visit Uncle Jim and you all. I've been on Uncle Jim's a few times, about 15 minutes. But I need to get over there. I like the casual talk. It's kind of cool. Hang out with you guys. So I'm trying to invite myself to Uncle Jim's live on Saturday night. But anyway, you guys have a good stream Saturday. I think what time West Covina? What time does he start? 8 o'clock Saturday night Eastern time. I can't even remember what time exactly. There's so many people out there streaming. I kind of forget that stuff. I have no sound, so I'll read AR for now. Okay. Hobo says here, battery powered drill is a must-have too. Yeah, I've got that. Actually, my daughter bought me a DeWalt set, and I'd already bought me a Milwaukee set. And I said, no, I'll take it anyway. So I got two right over here on the bench. Oh, geez, we'll go to tools right quick too, because it's still a tool I use for reloading. I got that from Milwaukee, which is not a hammer drill, it's just a standard. And my daughter gave me this one. It's the 20V Max, something like that. Max. Yeah, Max. DeWalt. And it works really nice. And the thing I noticed about this DeWalt, years ago, I got a hold of one, and the chuck in it, I put a long bit in it, and it would sit there and wobble, and I took it back. This thing here, I checked it, it's dead nuts on, just like the Milwaukee.
Those are great.
Oh, yeah, man, I do the primer pockets. I do the swaging with them, actually swaging, reaming them out. That's what I mean. Let me put this over here.
I have a couple of those up here, but this is probably the one I use the most. And it's really just for running my Ellie Wilson trimmer for cutting case lengths.
That's something I got to do, Hasbro. I've got to do that, Hasbro. Cool. I've got the. Go ahead. I've got the Ellie Wilson, and I need to get the power adapter. And I've got the Milwaukee, not the screwdriver, but the form of a screwdriver. It's got like a 90-degree bend in it, if I remember. Yeah, you got that adapter. Yeah, I need to get that.
That's the adapter. And then I use that smaller screwdriver to slow, because you don't want to go too fast. And but this works perfect.
Nice. Let me check the side chat out here for a second.
You can relate to this statement, but I've been using that Ellie Wilson since 1996.
Wow.
I think we got a lot of people in the audience that may not be that old.
Yeah, I can definitely relate. I'm an old timer here. Vanessa says I have a 1961 Stanley router, 3/8 shank size, complete set. I got you know what's weird? I got a Stanley drill, probably from the 1950, 59, 61, and it's all metal. It's got a metal box, original. I don't know if the pamphlets are with it. I don't think they are. I got it from my uncle years ago after he passed, and I still use it occasionally. But it's weird how they made those saws and drills years ago, just pure aluminum metal like that. But so what Jeff's got saying here. Sorry guys, we went to a little bit of reloading, but we'll stick with the.
Yeah, I started breaking other tools and realized that was reloading. Stop.
Let's see. Colt says the Wheeler scope mounting kit has the rings. Yes, that's what I was getting. Yeah, it centers the rings. Yeah, we used that to help line up, and believe it or not, we tightened the rear scope ring on the Savage bolt action 22 long rifle. We tightened it, loosened it, and tightened it, and got it dead nuts on. At least the eye, as far as the eye is concerned, we got it definitely straight. And I lapped it, and he's ordered, like I said, he's trying to get the solid base. And I told him that would be better. He's got the little what you call it, socket screws down into it that's threaded.
Here's something I want to show you too, AR. For your Grendel, this one is worn completely out. It's called a deflecto brake.
I've heard of those.
And so you put that on your brass deflector. Mm-hmm. Grendel was really bad about bending the case mouth in the case.
Okay.
You put that on there, it'll never happen again. So they come in sets of 4, so I got to replace this one. But that has probably gone through 1,000 rounds.
So that's basically that's a must-have then. Apparently, then if you want to.
Well, yeah, it'll drop your brass about 2 to 3 feet away, right to the right, in a nice little pile.
Nice. Let me get back.
It's only like I don't know, $15 for 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Yeah, Vanessa says it's all metal. See what Chad's got saying here. Still maintaining.
Yeah, Vanessa, I've got a quarter cable the same way for my grandfather's estate. And I wouldn't give that thing up. Amazing.
The only thing I don't have the 30 millimeter, and I think they got what, the 34. Don't they have, I think they have a 34 millimeter scope ring. Is it 32 or 30?
These up?
Yeah, the scope rings. They got, they got the 1 inch. They got the 30. So now they got a 24 and like a 32 or 34. I can't remember now. Scope rings. I know they got 30 because they got a lap rod for it. A Wheeler does that you can buy. I only have the 1 inch kit. Pardon?
I've never used that lap rod. I know about them, but a lot of these scopes have a padding inside of it. So if you remove it, it'll be the wrong dimension.
Yeah, I actually removed it and honed those scope rings almost 80%.
Did you really?
Yeah. And I was going to leave them, and I said, well, let's just try it and see what it'll do as a test. I'll let you all know how it turns out because I got to remount it all again, and I'll let you know if it turns out good. In other words, did AR mess up, or is it okay? Let's see.
It used to be a lot bigger deal before we have really good machining that we have in general now in the industry. High quality machining, not as big a risk, but before it was a big risk.
I told my brother that. I said, if you pay a lot more money for the rings, you don't have to do nothing. You just put them on the gun. Absolutely. Night, Chad. Good to see you, man. Thank you for dropping by. He's got to bounce. Got to be before his video release. Yeah, you have a great one too, man. Check his channel out, guys. He's got good content. Got a nice reloading room. Very nice guy.
Good content.
Mm-hmm. Good content. Most everybody here's got great content except me. So I typically do live streams a lot. At least I used to at one time in a former life. And, appreciate you guys and gals being here. Coach still with us. Yeah. Alaska One Andy jumped there and said, I missed it. Got to talking. Good to see you, Alaska One Andy. Thank you for dropping in, man.
I'm going to distract you, AR, when you have time.
Okay. Bear with me just a minute. I'm scrolling, checking people out. Pat in the bunker still with us, but West Covina dies. Appreciate you being here, man. Vanessa Kitty, Mark Thomas, making sure I didn't miss no one because I hate doing that. James Pollard, Colt maybe still with us. Colt 1927, Garage Guy. I'm about half blind 879, and that's about it. Nobody new. Just Alaska One. I tend to overlook it a little bit a few minutes ago. All right, what we got here, Hasbro? Some targets.
Well, this is my new obsession.
Yep. Okay.
I finally got suckered into doing Day at the Range's Fly Swatter Challenge.
Oh.
And so I've shot $100 in ammo, which is nothing in this game, in 22 long rifles, and that's not that much.
Wow.
But the CZ457 I've been shooting will do a really good job. But I tried a new ammo, and this is this RWS R50.
Mm-hmm.
25 is a perfect score. I got 21. But that's at 50 yards, and it's a real scale of a fly. It's crazy hard.
I bet.
But I'm going to be going out and burning some more ammunition and trying a couple different ones this weekend. And if you guys haven't seen this, it's a free target to download and print on your computer. And even if you don't want to enter the contest, it's fun. It's just fun.
Right. That's that red rifle you have, right? Laminated stock. 22.
Well, I have the red rifle's the 6.5 Grendel.
Oh, okay.
But I have the @1 stock on the CZ457 22 long rifle. So the type of stock is the same.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I thought if you guys haven't seen this, print them out and just try them out. It's a lot of fun.
What website will we go to?
Dayattherange.com.
Dayattherange.com. Okay.
And there's links to all kinds of videos about this too on the Reloaders Network and on YouTube. But yeah, it's fun.
Appreciate you dropping in, Alaska One Andy. Good to see you, man. See, Jeff MOA was still with us there. Chad Kelly left. Vanessa Kitty's with us. Good to see you, Vanessa. Hope you're doing well. Matter of fact, maybe I'm thinking if my car gets out of the shop, I'm probably February to March. I'm probably going to go to Daytona and stay with a guy there that owns a couple of condos on Daytona Beach. A friend of mine owns a horse farm. So hopefully I'll get my first vacation in 30 years, probably at least 20 something.
You're overdue.
Yeah. Well, I'm retired, so, but you know, hey, I typically just do things local here. But let's see, Hasbro, thanks. Yeah, appreciate you guys. You got any more gunsmith stuff you want to show? Anything else?
That's probably it for tonight. I have other tools, custom-made tools for working on that 1903 Springfield, but not really AR related.
Let me show you guys this here of what I'm thinking about buying Midwest Industries. Let me see if make sure right here. I have heard that somebody had a review on this and it was clock wrong. It goes into where the boat the boat. Help me out, Hasbro. What's that? Dummy me. Anyway, let me show you this, guys. Hang on.
You mean where the bolt locks up?
It goes up there, yeah. With the
Barrel tenon?
no,
Or on the bolt itself?
the thing you grab and pull behind the scope there on the top of the receiver.
Here? Charging handle.
Yeah, that's what I was having a brain. You know what? So,
Yep.
Can you guys see that? That's what I'm planning on getting. I can get it probably $90, 100 varies. This is just midway right now. That right there, plastic you see goes up into the boat catch handle, charging handle. Excuse me, charging handle right there. And if it's clocked just right, man, you always know the barrel's right. If the barrel's clocked a little off, you'll know it with this tool, and you won't know that with a vice block. But this here will tell you if everything's clocked perfect from the factory. Have you seen this one, Hasbro?
I have not.
Yeah, I turned Echo on this. He didn't buy it, but I told him about it a year or two ago. I can't think, and he's seen it. He's got a ton of stuff. At least he did at one time. And I said, check this out, man. I've been studying this one, and it has great reviews. It did have one where it was clocked wrong one time. Let me pull that out of there. Make sure I run. But I'm planning on getting that one. That way I know if the barrel's drilled, done right. Upper, and not only that, it just don't break off. It don't crack the upper receiver, which typically you don't anyway, unless you got a stuck bolt, nut on the thing. But appreciate you guys being here. Nightbot still with us. Type 1776 to drop your channel link. Oh, Nightbot. Anyway, it's already 9:33. I'm gonna. Let's see, 8, 9. Yeah, we're running over an hour and a half. I'm gonna wind this show down, man, and get out of here. Unless you got anything else you want to talk about, let me turn it over to you for a few minutes. You tell them what you got going and all that, Hasbro.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. I don't know why I'm echoing. It's odd.
But not be.
Sorry, maybe that's. I don't know. I'll go this quick. So this weekend I'm going to be working, like say again, on making another entry attempt into that contest. So to me, that's just me getting up early Saturday morning when I'm all alone, low wind, and try to see what I can do. That'd be fun. If the results are good, I'll post something. I'm going to get the Creedmoor out again, I hope, this weekend, because I got a contest coming up at The Hide. And if you guys don't know his channel, check out The Hide. And Steve's got a great place sort of hidden back in the woods, and he does sort of an invitational challenge several times during the year. And this one is 110-yard centerfire. So I'm going to try to use that new Creedmoor.
Oh.
I mean, I'm shooting everything at 0.6, 0.5. I've had as low as 0.273 MOA.
Wow.
But I know this guy. And I know the gun he's going to shoot against me with. He's got a 223 Savage that will shoot sub 0.4 all the time. And I've got loads that are doing that, but not consistent enough. So I'm still trying to find and do some load development at the last minute. So we'll see.
And that's 22 long rifle?
No, that contest is going to be centerfire rifle.
What is that there you're shooting, though? Tell the audience.
This is 22 long rifle.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. And what was that website again for that target?
Dayattherange.com.
Dayattherange.com. Yeah, you guys check that out. I'll go print one out too.
Even if you don't do the contest, this is just, it's incredibly fun to shoot.
Yeah.
So, but I won't fire it with my Creedmoor because 25 rounds just to do this gets a little expensive.
Oh, 351 Cleve just joined us. Thank you for coming in, Cleveland. Good to see you, man. 351. That's actually
I'll be doing that. I need to stretch the legs of my Grendel again. I haven't shot it in 6 or 8 months or more. So it'll be time to break it out again once maybe September timeframe. And maybe you get yours built, AR. We'll do some back and forth stuff on that.
You guys, some of you guys that was in here earlier, you seen the list I got to buy. I'm going to get some headspace gauges, Grendel 223556. Got to get the Midwest Industry reaction rod. What else I got to get? I may get that Wheeler vice block just to have one, especially at 12. I don't even know if it's $12.99 right now at this point, but it was about a week ago. I seen it in my email. I get a ton of emails of sales. Oh, I did find small. Was it? Reloading from the Hot Pot, I think, works at that company. I ran into their website and they had primers for $69 online per thousand.
That's my other problem, AR. That gun I told you shot .273.
Mm-hmm.
It was CCI small rifle, CCI large rifle primers. I have 20,000 primers and I'm out of CCI large rifle. So I had to switch to Winchester and the groups opened up. It's probably that, but I don't know.
These were Gen X, Gen X, I think.
Yeah. Not Austrian, Argentinian, I think.
I forget the company. It's in my email. I know Reloading from Hot Pot, I think, works there. It seems like because the name looked familiar. And that's a good deal, $69. Now, I think.
I'd like to know what you think of them because I haven't bought them yet.
I'm thinking about ordering them. I think I was trying to think, $69. I don't think I'll do 5,000. I may get a couple of boxes or something.
Right.
MSB 9021 set something here. Let's see.
So
Thanks for
the
the
last
drill
thing
gauge info. Just orders. Oh wow.
Yeah, the last thing I have is if you've seen on my channel, I sent Mr. Bud or Mr. Bill. I put a Bud Light underneath and sent him flying. But this time I'm going to set a Bud Light with Tannerite underneath it and send him flying. So next couple of weeks we're going to have a little bit more fun on sending this guy in orbit.
Mm-hmm. Guys, we really appreciate you all being here in the side chat. We appreciate your support for all the channels outside like Hillbilly Ranch. Thank you, Susan, if you're still listening. I know this is gun info and some of the ladies don't have an interest in it, and that's fine. I watch some of their homesteading stuff, canning, gardening, you name it. I'm in there checking their stuff out. I like all that content. Matter of fact, I'm in the process now of doing some pinto beans. I got the buckets. All I need is the Mylar and the oxygen absorbers. Once I get those, I'll be ironing on probably a broom handle, wooden handle, or a rake or hoe or whatever I got out there. And I'll take an iron and I'll seal the Mylar bag, let the oxygen absorbers, shrink it, and I'll put a top on the thing and I'll label it and date it. And I'm going to stack it in one of my bedrooms here. So I'm in the process of storing. I've already got, a few years ago, I did some dry beans in mason jars, pinto beans I've got stored. This weekend, I've got some, I did buy some chuck burgers today. I think 10 of them from Kroger. So I'm going to do a little bit of grilling. I'm trying to arrange it out there, maybe where I can do a live stream on a phone and I can say hello to you guys while I'm cooking and maybe have a drink out there and talk to you all. Just basically not necessarily a time show, just start streaming one evening. And in time, I'm going to put a metal roof on it and I can do it even in the rain out there. So I'm going to smoke some meat and grill some and we'll sit and talk live. Get Hasbro in there and we'll talk guns and barbecue.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, and actually that reminds me of Guns and Barbecue's channel. That guy that he actually made my little avatar up there, that little Minute Man.
Oh yeah,
he made that for me a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. I can't remember now. It's been so long. But prayers to Echo, everyone. Hope he does okay and he's all right. You guys rock. Appreciate you being here. Let me go. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up and call you out anyway because it's just a habit, something I've been doing. You never know, somebody, y'all been talking pretty bit. Y'all been really getting at it tonight. Don't have a large crowd, but a pretty decent crowd here. Appreciate it. I am here. Coat 1927 joined us here. Garage Guy 879. Appreciate you being here. Hasbro on the panel. Appreciate Hasbro being here, man. I wouldn't have a show if Hasbro hadn't helped me on this. So nothing else. I did a tutorial, and I'm not that fond of tutorials in some ways. It's too, you got so many things you got to do. You got to read the chat. Explain what you're doing, talk to a panel member or not, depends on who's on your show. If it's by yourself, you don't have to, but it's a ton of stuff you got in your head while you're doing it. Yorktown. That's okay. Yeah. See, I missed it. 8:07 p.m. If they're still listening, I appreciate you being here. See, that's why I scrolled up. Hippa joined us. Good to see you, Hippa. If you're still listening, Dale Pogue, Hobbies Hobo, Coat I call Viejo is here. Good to see you, Viejo. Ex used to be Walter, still is. You know, the little guy on the next to Jeff Dunham. Hey, yeah, I like that guy, Walter. You can't beat Walter. Walter and the I like Walter and the Mahmed. Mahmed, is that his name? I'll kill you. I'll kill you. He says, I like that. That is cool. But who else? Hobbies Hobo. Ron Wayne joined us earlier. Appreciate it, Ron, being here, man. Like I said, this wasn't really planned, so I typically I'm gonna try to post this at least 2 days in advance, and then put it in a community tab where everyone will know. That way we can get a good crowd in here and have a good time. Walter, you're welcome to come on here if you're still listening. I appreciate it. You're welcome on the panel. I'll send you a link. He's a wealth of knowledge. Walter knows a lot of stuff. He's been reloading for 40, 50 years. I'm not sure on the 50, but I know 40. Andy 79Z28, he's been reloading most of his life. He does zinc. Got CW, he does reloading. Some of these guys, I'm going to get into casting, I was going to say. I'm going to get into casting. Coat 1927 sent me a Lee hardness tester, which I did a video on. I appreciate that, Coat, man. Thank you a lot, man. I'm going to try to use that. I may end up doing some kind of stand. Check out Viejo's video on the Lee lead hardness test kit. Check that out. MSB 9021. Eagle was with us earlier. Appreciate you being on here, Eagle. Rich B. Let's see. Garage guy. Rich, make sure I'm half blind. This computer. I need to put this on dark mode. Mark's Trapping and Outdoors. Appreciate you being here, man. If you're still listening. That's the problem with you get a panel. Sometimes you just kind of forget and don't. And I typically like to call out the site, or actually kind of as I go, keep on, talking to everybody and acknowledging everyone. Bernie was with us. Good to see you, Bernie. 67 Rebel SSTAMC joined us. Good to see you, man. Andy was with us at least one time. He goes to bed early. He's not retired like I am and a few others. Dale Pogue. Let's see. Crazy Gearhead. Appreciate you coming here, Gearhead, if you're still in there. James Pollard. Jeff MOA. 351 Cleveland. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. I'm getting there. Gizzard Gary joined us early and said hello. Appreciate you coming here if you're still listening, Gizzard. Or Gary. Sometimes I want to call him Gizzard, sometimes I say Gary. He does lives too. Check him out. Garage guy. Christmas 740. Good to see you, Chris, if you're still listening. James Pollard. I'm still here. Bear with me, guys. Jeff MOA, appreciate it being here. Eagle Run. MCK. See, I overlooked 850. I hope he's still listening. Sorry about not getting Info Bros. See, I overlooked that. Jeez, I gotta give you a moderator, not a moderator, but a co-host status. Hasbro, you can go in there and just highlight these people. That way, if somebody new comes in, I'll kind of know. Maybe that'll help out. Right now, I've got MacMan actually, so I got to take away MacMan and actually send you a thing to make you a co-host. And it does help me out because sometimes I get talking and showing stuff. I end up overlooking people. Don't mean to though, guys. So bear with me on that. MC, good to see you guys. Yeah, Info Bros, good to see you, Info. Been a while. Typically I go over to 76highboy.com, which is a gun forum Highboy runs, and I typically do a post of the show. That helps a little bit. And Pat in a bunker joined us. He had the internet trouble, so we'll get you on again, brother. Just bear with us. Internet, didn't you have, I know you were having sugar problems or something. I didn't even know you were diabetic, Hasbro.
Yeah, unfortunately. It hit me. I'm type 2, but it's a genetic thing. Most of the members of my family have it. So.
My mother was diabetic, but she didn't take any shots or anything. I forget what type it was. Probably.
I'm not taking insulin yet, but if they don't get it under control, I'm going to have to. So.
Vanessa Kitty joined us. Dale Pogue, Stock Explorer, Nora, Jeff MOA, Chris. Oh, it's been so long, my finger hadn't had to work out like this in a while. Scroll the wheel. Vanessa Kitty, Hasbro. Chad Kelly, check him out. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Appreciate you coming here, Susan, if you're still listening. Some of these people come in. Hey, if you come in for 5 minutes, say hello. I appreciate it. See, I missed that. Freedom Redbird, 904. I got talking. If you're still listening, Brenda, she's probably in another live right now. I may jump over there and say hello to them all if I can find her. I know kind of sometimes where she's at, but she's a nice lady. Check her channel out. Freedom Redbird does a lot of lives. Chad Kelly, Crazy Gearheads with us. Let's see. Mark
Vanessa's
Thomas
out there.
Vanessa,
Her
yeah.
life is calming down.
Vanessa Kitty.
Been through a lot.
Hobbies Hobo. Mark Thomas. Appreciate you being here, Mark. James Pollard. Let's see. Who else? I think I about got it. I'm getting near the bottom. Alaska One Andy. Good to see you, Alaska One Andy. He's regular. He's with us a lot. Hobo's always there, man. Some of you guys, you rock, man. I mean, I appreciate you coming here, hanging out with us. Means a lot to me. It does. Jeff MOA. And I do miss Echo. I mean, what can I say, man? Well, me and him would like to have banter back and forth. You know, we were pretty good at that. And,
Yeah, everybody keep Echo in your prayers. He really needs it.
yeah, do that, guys. Prayers for Echo. I miss talking to the guy. I absolutely do. Miss him in the shows. Alaska One Andy, Jeff MOA. I think I'm about to wrap it up. Let's see. MSB 9021. I knew there's somebody else. Running with Scissors. Says Hasbro, stay on top of that diabetes too. Running with Scissors says. They typed in at 9:40, so just a few minutes ago. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for dropping in. Like I say, some of these ladies and guys, they jump in there. They're in other communities, but I thank you for dropping in. I really do. Running with Scissors, and that is it. And me, I'm going to do. I have been doing. I'll tell you about this. I've been doing CapCut. It's a new editing program, and I like it. I went on and downloaded. I hadn't paid for it yet. It's a monthly fee, unfortunately. And I have a Cyber Power Director 15, and I don't like it compared to that. But I went into CapCut, and that thing is so easy, man. You just clip, cut, shorten a video just with a swipe of the little marker, your mouse thing, pointer. It is a fantastic program. Armstrong Adventures jumped in there. Hey, man. Hope you're doing well, Armstrong. He's in the travel community, does ship cruises. He does live streams. Check him out. You can type 1776 Armstrong and drop your link if you like. Corner Clubhouse Go Bald. Hey, how you doing, man? He does live streams sometimes. I think in the car too sometimes. I've never live streamed on the phone though. Are you live streaming Hasbro on the phone? Are you doing?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So you're going to a laptop?
Yeah, I'm going through a laptop and a webcam.
Okay. But appreciate you being here, Corner Clubhouse. Hey, all of you. You all, God bless, and you all have a good night. We'll catch you next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I may throw in a few coffees because I'm tired of this hot weather's about to kill me, so I'm basically in here staying in the house lately. Can't go walking. I actually get one of those frog togs, kind of a sponge thing, and I wrap it around my shoulders here, and I walk around with it, and everybody goes, "What's that thing?" I say, "It's full of water. Keeps you really cool."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bought my daughter one here the other week she was driving a bus. I bought one, I think $15 on Amazon, $10 locally at a store. But frog togs work. They help you cool down. Anyway, God bless and good night, guys. Y'all have a great one. Thank you for being here.
All right, everybody.